Hey, Joe Rogan.
CMB podcast. Number
6, 7.
Yeah, let me hit record.
Probably like number 4 online. Depends on how fast we post them.
Yeah, that's it.
You got your mic?
Yeah.
It works?
No.
It's just picking up?
Yep.
But it's cool.
Whatever that means.
Ah.
Let me put this right here, man.
Alright.
We got Guatemala.
Cheater Bank.
Guatemala's very own Pablo as a guest today.
Oh, yeah.
He's a professional singer. If you
Singer-songwriter.
Singer-songwriter.
Rapper.
Yeah, I be fucking with some of the shit for him.
He makes
Thanks,
a lot
bro.
of R&B.
Shout out Always Tomorrow.
Oh
Oh, yeah, but he's been talking about
Thanks,
that.
bro.
I be bumping that
He always
shit.
brings
That
that
shit's
up.
still on my
Yeah,
shuffle.
you did say that to
That
me
should be
one
on my
time.
shuffle.
It's
Because
always
that hook goes hard.
tomorrow.
It's like on some, it's like a nostalgic energy feel.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't know.
Always
It's
tomorrow.
it's cool. Like I
Always.
always like ran away from that shit. Like the music shit at least. Like my dad is a musician, and like I always wanted to be better than
He'll
him,
be a rebel.
but I didn't want to be like him. So like for example, like I support Real Madrid because he supports Barcelona. Like I just want to
Yeah.
be so different than him that like I
Oh,
ran
that's
away
cool.
from that for like a long, long time.
Yeah.
And then like one day Tony put a mic in my mouth, and I was like,
You sure it was a
what
mic?
in your mouth?
it might have been something different.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
And like I had already stuff written down, but
You said
like,
Tony? My bad. You said who's Tony?
Tony, Lil Toon,
Javi's cousin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony. Okay.
yeah,
Tony.
curly hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He be
he,
fucking with music, right? Yeah.
yeah, and like he was always making music, but then he pulled up to Salisbury one time, and he was like, yo, can I use your room to record? And I was like, yeah, for sure. And then I was like, yo, can I try? He was like, yeah.
So it was in Salisbury when you first really
Yeah.
started laying some shit down in the studio.
Yeah, like I had already like written stuff before, like, but it was then when like I was like, oh, it's this easy, like I don't have to.
Did
No.
Tony produce or like mix down your album?
Nah, so Tony, at that time Tony was a little early in his stage, and so was I. So
Yeah.
I actually that was like in 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
I actually didn't drop anything until like 2019.
Yeah.
And at that point I went to Guatemala and had a professional studio and worked with like a professional producer, and I think that's why it sounds so good. You know what I'm
That
Bro,
shit
are
saying?
you
is
guys
sound
gonna
good.
cook them, or
Yeah,
how do you make them
just
shut
right.
up?
I don't know. They be barking like motherfuckers. They're usually cool. Like other than barking, I don't know. I guess it's like a security thing. It's like dogs. You know how dogs be. You got dogs, right?
Wiener dog.
Y'all just don't like take care of them, though, right? They just be crusty.
No, we take care of them. We just don't eat
Y'all
them at
just
the
like
end.
y'all just like kick them around. It doesn't matter if we eat them in the end. They have a good life.
Well, yeah, you guys
For
want
like
the
the
nice
13
fat-
weeks
We were
they
talking
live.
about Pablo. So
My bad.
you went to Guatemala.
Yeah, so in Guatemala, I just worked with like
Yeah,
a professional
dog.
studio and like professional producer, and just put the time and effort, and of course
You was on
money.
TV and shit too. Bro.
Yeah,
Like,
so thankfully, cause like my dad is an artist, like he knows people, and like I was able to go to like the producer of the TV shows and like show him my music, and they're like, yeah,
That's
man, let's
tough.
have you on one day. And just went there and sang a couple songs. Like people
That's
really fuck
hard.
with it.
That shit is tough.
was
but-
there like a live audience out there at all?
There is a little bit of an audience
Yeah,
there, but
yeah,
it's
it's like a
a
studio type
delay.
thing.
You know what I mean? There's a delay, like
Yeah.
so there, and it was like a
I watched it live.
yeah.
You sent us the link. Bro.
Yeah. But like, it's
Oh, that's
sure there's like a
hard.
little bit of a delay or something.
That's
yeah.
hard though.
Nah, it was a really cool experience because like you get to just see how the back end of all that works, and
You could have brought a gun.
Guatemala's about time.
You could have went viral.
Yeah, you
That's
should have
crazy.
done some crazy shit.
Yeah, you could have panhandled
that's crazy. I definitely
Clever.
I definitely didn't go viral off that, but I did have like a couple people like hit me up in Guatemala, like a bunch of haters, like yo, your shit sucks.
Really? Yeah, I mean that's just what
Yeah.
happens.
But yeah, like I'm sure like it's just
Your
Your
shit
shit
sucks.
That's
Yeah.
what happens. That's what happens. There's gonna be people who say some shit like that.
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, as long as you just
That's
keep
how-
pushing,
yeah.
keep pushing on into that, and just be confident with your music, like. If you listen to any artist and you go back to their first shit, like probably fucking
There's gotta be
sucks
progression.
compared
There's
compared
gotta
to
be
the first thing, to
progression,
the
dog.
latest thing. So
Hell yeah.
I remember when you were making like you hadn't made a Spanish song yet, and I remember I told Pablo, I was like, I didn't know how to tell him. I was like, bro, I feel like you would sound so good in fucking Spanish, like make a Spanish song. But he was like really trying to rap and shit.
Yeah.
But I told him, and then what was the first Spanish song you made?
Mamacita, I think. Yeah, Mamacita.
Yeah, see?
But Me Tiene Loco was like...
Me Tienes Loco was a banger.
that jump.
Me Tienes Loco.
Yeah, it was a bit of a process too. Like I actually used like a YouTube beat for that, and like that's like the worst thing you can do, because if you uploaded that on like iTunes and all that, like they're gonna notice that it's not your beat, and like they don't take it down, but you might not get monetized, and you might not get
long run shit.
You might not get placed or anything like that. But we actually changed it into like we made a beat in the studio with the producer, and like that sounded so much better. It sounded so much more organic, and I don't know. It did a couple numbers in Guatemala. It did a couple things here and there, but after that was like right before COVID. Then COVID hit, and that shit slowed everything down. So
it's crazy, man. You have one album out publicly?
I have two.
I have two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You working on another one?
Yeah. I meant to drop something this year, but with school and all that, like I needed to focus on other things and get my house together before I can,
Yeah.
That's what's up.
There's no rush in none of that shit, dog.
Nah, and that's another thing. Like I'm sure, like with you guys, like with your content, like you have to brainstorm. You have to give creative time to think of what you're gonna put out, what you're gonna talk about, what you're gonna do.
Have you watched this podcast, bro? No, it's not.
I mean, I'm sure there's like a structure, like an idea.
No, we do write some shit down.
Nah.
You don't write anything down? You didn't write anything down for this?
I always write shit down.
That's what I'm saying.
And then we apply it here, yeah.
Little ideas.
This is, but like I do the ultimate goal. I feel like is just to flow,
Yeah.
So that's why I try not to like, but when I was talking to Chuck about coming on, which Chuck might hopefully comes on soon. He was like, his very first question was like, so what do y'all got anything y'all talking about?
That's why I was like, bro, just think of the most random shit that you think that we know nothing about, and we'll make it cool.
I told him I was like, yeah, it kind of boils down to like comedy or music or just shit. And I'm like, and if you have anything you want to talk about, just fucking talk about it. I was like, we just be talking.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I told him.
I think it's a good like little system. Well, I don't know. Maybe
it's driven by personality.
The 7 viewers think it's a good system.
I mean, that's the thing. I don't. That's something that I learned with comedy or music or YouTube, things like that. Like,
yo, talking about that, I saw your I don't know if it was a set, but it was like at least a joke, bro. That shit was hilarious, bro.
Yeah, I got like a 15-minute.
I thought it was funny.
I mean, I just need to come out with some more shit, but that shit is dope, and it still does numbers and gets people to like it and follow me and shit. Like
So how did you go about that? It's just like an open mic, like you just walk up
the first one, so I remember, it's funny because I was always like trying to be funny dude, but like I never thought about being a stand-up comedian at all until like 2018. I dropped out of college, and I was big on music, and I still be working on music and like my craft and that shit as well. But like when it came to like 2018 dropping out of college, I was working at Dick's Sporting Goods for like 6 months, and I just was down. That was like when I was down bad, like mentally, you know what I mean? I was like, what am I gonna do? And I just remember one of my coworkers was just like, yo, like you should do stand-up comedy, bro. Like, and he kept saying it to me.
You always been funny. Like, you always had that.
And I never thought about it till he started saying that shit. But I've always loved stand-up comedy, so I started really looking into it.
And people have to try to be funny. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to, insert myself in here. Well, no, I was really talking about me, but like, I feel like I'm funny, but I don't try. Yeah, and when I try to be funny, it's even worse. Like
some people really, exactly.
Like,
it's just a charisma, natural thing. Yeah, exactly. It's like it's a lot of it. I feel like after really looking into it, like after I started pursuing it, is a lot of it, once I said like driven through personality, it's a lot about mannerisms, delivery. It's kind of like music too. It's inflection. Yeah. And that comes natural. Like I remember one time I was at work, it was like after I left Dixon, I got my first real job too, and I was finally starting to think about comedy, and I was talking to someone, and the one was like, "You're like a cartoon, bro." Like it was like one of my coworkers. I was like, "What does that mean?" And I
like an anime?
I took it disrespectfully at first. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he's like, "No, like you just, like." He's like, "You talk about explosion." He's like, "You explode." Like he was like doing this, and I'm like, and I took that. I was like, "You know what? That's like a benefit of comedy." So at this point though, I was like, dude, I gotta do comedy, right? And I was just being a pussy about it. And I listened to a podcast. I love, like, podcasts really are helpful. Maybe not ours, but some are.
No,
and Anthony Jeselnik, y'all know who he is?
Jeselnik?
He's a pretty famous comedian, but he's like a dark comedian. You know him, Daniel?
Jeselnik.
I've heard of him.
Never heard he talks like this. He used to be on the Celebrity Roast, and he would say some dark ass shit on the Celebrity Roast. So anyways, he was on the thing, and they always end up talking on Rogan's podcast about how you started comedy. And he was like, yeah, I was a pussy about it. And he's like, it got to the point where he's like, I paid for a group thing, and to the point where I felt obligated to have to do it because I put money on it.
Right.
And I remember when he said that, I was like, I remember that day I like looked into it immediately. I started looking for shit, And I found like Magooby's Joke House was like a big comedy club I was already hip about. And I looked them up, and they had a thing like that. And it was like, I forget, it was like $250 or some shit. It was like a writer's workshop.
With a show at the end.
For like, it was like a one-man show is what it was called. Like it's like stand-up comedy, but without a microphone. It wasn't necessarily stand-up comedy because it had no mic. But it was like you tell a story, like a funny-ass story. So like I joined that shit for like $200, and while I was doing it, I was living through the shit I told the story about. Like I was at that job, and that old joint was like fucking with me, and I fucked up. This was all happening while I was doing the set, so it just worked. And everyone else in the club, and everyone else in there was like 6 other people. They're all like 40, 50-year-olds, like going through midlife crises and shit.
And they're like, I need to find something to do.
And talking about like shit from the past, and I'm just like geeking at it. Like I thought it was great. Like I wasn't being a dickhead about them. Like we were all fucking with each other, but like it was just funny. Like, and I had a feeling I was like, yo, I'm kind of like the funniest one here. Like. And the dude who ran the club kind of like was saying that shit to me, but I also almost didn't do it. Like on some just internal like, nah, bro, I'm not doing this shit. Like I don't want to do this shit.
I was gonna say, like, how did you feel walking on that stage? Because like I know when I ever first stepped on a stage, it was like, damn, I'm about to stumble my words, or I'm about to say the wrong thing.
I'll say like I never did something like that, but I feel like doing like taekwondo and shit. Like I did shit like performances for that, and like kind of helped.
Why are you geeking?
Because I know it's funny. But no, honestly, I was nervous as fuck, right? And I remember like leading up to it, like I was saying, I didn't want to do it. And I remember this is when Kobe died. This is like right before COVID hit. I remember Kobe died, right? And
you were still doing taekwondo at that time?
No, I'm talking about when I was a kid. Like you remember at Gorman Crossing? Like I used to do the shit on that stage.
Yeah.
The shit was kind of cool. But nah, I was just saying that kind of helped me, and I always liked being like talking in front of the class and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like doing that shit. Yeah. But I was still nervous as fuck. But I remember Kobe died, so I'm sitting on the side, and they're about to call me up, and I'm just like, I am nervous. Like I chugged a beer because they gave us a free drink because we were at the club, and I chugged the beer and I felt a little warmed up, but I was nervous as shit as he's calling my name, and I was just like, I swear to God, I was just on some like Kobe time, like Kobe, bro, like be Kobe in the fourth. Yeah, I was like Kamamba mentality, like I swear to God. And I went up, but when I got on the stage, I swear to God, I just like I prepped, I prepared,
true.
And since I prepared so fucking hard for it, I just did it, and it was.
So would you like stand in front of like a mirror and like say your set?
I'd be driving and I would just say. You
just say your set,
and I did it at least 100 times.
That's tough.
I would just I'd just drive and I'd be like, and I would hit it for 15 minutes straight, time it. 15 minutes, bet.
You know exactly where like the beats
are. It got to
the
bro. It got to the point like when I look back at it, I'm like, dude, like I really like it wasn't like I'm blacked out, but like I knew what I was doing, but I would just.
Nah, it was like
second nature.
It looked good.
That's how it should be.
It was a good feeling to be like when I said something, I knew the crowd would laugh. That was a good feeling. That was like some Hitler. Power. Like, I swear to God though, like it was like some energy was coming, but a lot of I would give this.
So that's why Hitler did what he did because. He was just getting so much energy back.
I swear. I heard Joe Rogan talk about that.
I think there is a certain level of like you like the attention. Like I like when somebody's my fault. I like when somebody's looking at me. I like when somebody's looking at me, paying attention to me what I'm doing, and like I'm singing and like they're into it. Like I remember that show I had in Delaware. It was pretty cool, and it was like I mean it was random. Like I didn't know anybody in Delaware. It was just my boys that pulled up, and there was like one table that like they didn't really fuck with me, and there was this one table right next to it that actually did fuck with me.
And like then the two old people in the middle there. There was two old people getting crunk to fucking Pablo's music.
I was talking about eating a bitch of ass and shit in Spanish, and they're like, yeah, you know what I mean?
So let me ask you this: so like after that, and even especially after the TV show one, like how'd you feel right after it?
It feels like you know when you get off a roller coaster and you want to do that shit again.
You're just like.
Yeah, you're like, let's do that shit again. Let's do it again. Yeah. Like it's like you get like a bite, like dude. A bite. Yeah, like
I was high off something. Like I walked off, and I remember like I walked off, and the club owner dude who ran it was like, "Yo." He was like, yo, you're really fucking funny. He's like, and you're just like, he was hit me with like all this sights in my head. He's like, you need to keep doing this, and he's like, and stay in contact with me. And I was just like, yeah, like tearing up almost. I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I went to the bathroom.
Never hit him up again.
Nah, I did. I be hitting him up. I joined a reader's workshop, and we ended up writing screenplays with him. I did that last year with him. He makes a show on Amazon Prime too, but it's not famous. But he's tough, and I know I'll forever have that resource.
Yeah.
If I do make something. I'm going to be like, yo, check this out, please. Check this out. Like, write something. I plan on that. He's tough. He's just Baltimore, bro. He's just a Baltimore white writer dude. Makes movies and did stand-up. He was on Friends, bro.
For real?
He was on one episode, but he was on Friends.
Like
In
on
the back,
screen?
serving coffee.
He was a character on Friends.
He was serving coffee
he was like
in the back of something.
Nah, he was like a robber. They walked into the house to do something, like a maintenance guy, and then when they came back, the house was empty or something, and he was the guy. He was like, okay, yeah, I won't touch nothing. And he, like,
Yeah, I don't like Friends. Like
I never watched that
I don't
shit.
like the laugh tracks. I don't like I feel
Yeah.
it feels condescending. Like
I
from
never
a show
watched
telling
that
you
shit.
when it's funny, when shit is funny, when you should laugh.
There's some laugh track shows that I fuck with though.
Like what?
But it's not because of the laugh track. That 70s show, first thing that hits my head.
True, that's fair.
That's a laugh track
I
show.
do like that '70s show, and I don't mind the laugh track on that.
Yeah, but it's almost like you just blank out the laugh track. It's just
because it's
good
actually
enough.
funny.
It's
Because it's
good
actually
enough.
funny. I think.
Yeah. Nah, Friends, I can't watch.
My
Friends.
name is Earl.
I watched.
My name is hilarious.
Is
That's
that
not
a laugh track? It's
No.
not, right?
There's
That's
a laugh-
funny
there's no
ass
laugh-
show, though.
Yo, I watched when COVID first hit. That was one of those shows. I watched the whole thing. I didn't watch the last season though, which I don't. Did it end? Did it actually have an ending? Or did
I don't
it
even
get
know
canceled?
what was going on.
I don't
in
even
this.
remember the plot.
Yeah, he was just a fucking.
He's just
bum.
funny.
He
Yeah, he's
had,
a
like,
funny
he was trying to
bum.
get lucky. Like had a list of things to get
Yeah.
blessings or something.
My name is Earl.
Yeah, that was a great show.
My name or
He like read a book at the very beginning that said like if you do your like redo your wrongs or something, and then, so he was just the whole day or his whole show he was just like checking off nice things.
That was the plot. Yeah, he would like try fixing things and
Yeah.
just end up fucking them
Yeah,
up more.
but it was funny, bro. That
Yeah.
his like baby moms, like the white bitch with the blonde hair, she was like the mom of his kid, and
Mhm.
also ended up dating the what was that guy's name, like Shrimp Guy?
I
Shrimp
don't
Man?
remember. I just know Earl. But I remember
It was a
that shit
funny
being
ass
funny.
show.
I watched it when it was on like TV, so that was like years
Yeah, like
ago.
1980 something,
No, it was like 2010.
84.
you old ass bitch.
Yeah.
Y'all be playing sports still?
Soccer here and there type shit. I know you play a lot more than me, but
You haven't played. Your thing's over right now though, right?
Yeah, it's not in season. So.
I did a Korean church football league, and we did a tournament, flag football
That's
tournament.
right on the
I was
nose.
balling that corner and shit. It was pretty fun.
Is Korea in the? Did they
You said, what'd you
qualify?
say?
that's right on the nose.
Right on the nose.
Did they qualify?
I think they play tomorrow, but I don't think they can.
Your glasses look like the fake glasses with the nose.
Why?
I don't know why you shitting on
Big
you
ass
like that.
nose, like tight as shit on your face. Well, you better get an XL next
They
time.
ain't gonna make him take him off, bro.
They're not even like.
Oh, the nose.
spayed.
Oh, those are real nose. That's your real nose.
You thought it came off? Fuck you.
Sorry. I just wanted to say something mean. I be doing that at work sometimes.
Just say something fucked up.
I be love confusing people at work. That should be making me geek. Just get them to the point where they're like, "What? What do you say?" I would just be saying some random shit. I don't know.
So Pablo, when's the next project coming out? Fuck Josh.
I don't have like a date per se. I have to hit up the producers that I can hear, but I got a couple songs
Darius?
already. I have a song that Darius produced, and then I have a song that I did in LA with Darius's like producer there. So I do have like I have like 4 or 5 songs ready, but I want to make a full album. I don't want to make a tape anymore. Like I want to make a 10.
What makes a difference? What's the difference between what makes a full
EP.
album
I mean,
and an EP?
I mean, you can technically call it an album,
Right?
Like,
That's
most
what I've
people,
always
most
thought.
people call it
Or
extended
mixtape.
playlist.
People
I
like
think
mixtape.
EP stands for extended playlist, right?
It's
Or some
but
shit
I
like
don't know what the real like.
EP album. It's just
Right.
a collective, bro. It's just art. It's a collection of what you want. Like if you had 3 songs that blended well together, you're like,
You could call that an album.
So
I
like
guess.
so like rappers
So why do they
like
call it mixtapes and?
Well, the
EPs?
thing is, that if you're signed, there's probably requirements.
exactly.
for
So
it
when
to-
when you're like a rapper and you have a like a label or something like that, you're
So dumb.
contractually like supposed to put a certain amount of songs or a certain amount of
Yeah.
albums out. But if you call it a mixtape or if you call it an EP, it doesn't necessarily have to go through the label so that you can get away with.
Okay.
So that's how they
yeah,
make
yeah,
their
because
money on the
mixtapes are
side.
definitely always independent. Like a mixtape is, if it's actually a mixtape, it's a mixtape. Like if you're reading this, or
It's
no,
too late.
Yeah, is that the one I'm thinking of? The one that was with Know Yourself and all that bullshit. That's a mixtape. That was a mixtape.
So Drake made all the money off of that.
I mean, he owns OVO, so I'm sure he's like top dog.
I
on
don't know
OVO
about
somehow.
Drake. Well, who's he signed to?
Drake
He was
is,
signed to Cash Money
Drake and
at some
Josh,
point.
Nickelodeon.
He was signed to Cash Money at some point.
Well, yeah. And then
And-
Cash money shit. Cash money
And
shit.
Birdman like just was
Had
taking
gay
all the
sex with
money.
him,
Yeah, it was kissing Lil Wayne in the mouth and
and
shit.
gay sex.
they
and
all do that.
Yeah.
It's a cult, bro.
It is a cult. I'm
Yeah.
moving it. Drake gets people killed.
I mean, I'm not against it.
Drake
you know?
got X killed. Let's talk
I'll tell you
about
what. If they told me I could sell a dead baby embryo on the black market for $500,000, I would do it in a heartbeat.
If I had that connect, I'd literally be opening
I'd
bodies
be like, how
right
many
now.
do you want?
Yeah, I would. Children.
How many? Do you
Easy.
want? We just gotta find some pregnant girls.
and then keep them in till
No,
they
just
give birth.
convince them, just manipulate them to go to Planned Parenthood.
Wait, no.
Just mentally manipulate them. You know it's still legal.
No, but like,
right now.
what you could do is, you ever seen that, what was that show that, that all the bitches were obsessed with? The guy that, like, took the girl?
That shit was funny, and the bitch was hot, so that's why.
Yeah, so, like, imagine getting a pregnant girl and keeping her in a cage, and you have her give birth, like, in the cage, and then you have, like, then you can sell the adrenochrome, you can sell the kidneys. You probably make, off of, how much do you think a baby costs on the black market?
It's gotta be like $1 million.
I'd say, like, 1.7, if you, alright.
If
$1 million, break it down though. Like, you know, car
that's
parts.
what I'm saying. Like baby
by breaking it down.
Like if you can get some sort of stem cell drainage fluid from like its spine.
Yeah.
That alone's gotta be like $200,000. Like $250,000. That alone, and you could still just be like, here's the baby too. It'll still generate more.
Oh yeah, like you can get royalties.
You can harvest later.
Yeah. You can get royalties.
Your harvest is gonna be booming this year.
That's crazy.
No, but like I'm not trying to sound because that's extreme.
Well, that's what they do in China.
But I'm not gonna lie. I would never say that's not true. Like I do think that happens.
That babies are stolen.
Part of me in my heart thinks that the black. No, I mean 100% that the black market sells. They sell
organs.
For medicinal or a consumption advancement of some reason.
They probably call it something else.
Because it's proven that like stem
quinoa.
stem cell treatments and shit, like injections and shit, is like extremely rapid growth and repair for older people too, especially. So like but it's really expensive.
Yeah.
And it's like borderline black market. I feel like.
I think that's why there's like that conspiracy that like
what's his name? Alex Jones said that shit.
Did you see what Kanye said? He said Alex Jones like yesterday. Was that yesterday or today?
I think that's today. He said he's a Nazi.
He said,
no, he didn't say he was a Nazi.
No. Kanye literally said he was a Nazi.
No.
I'll pull up the video right now.
I'll pull the video.
What he does
Find
say
Twitter,
in the context of that little snippet,
nah.
he says Hitler was onto some good things.
Oh,
he said you can't like discredit. He was like, just because he did all these bad things doesn't mean he didn't do anything good. He was like, look at all the roads he paved. The trains.
I don't have anything.
He was like, it was all worth something. I was like,
oh my God.
It was dumb as shit.
It's just something like, I mean, never mind. He has the right to say it.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it's like freedom of speech, I guess.
I mean, yeah,
right?
I
He has the right to say
Jews.
it. He has the right to say it in the sense that, like, yeah, I mean, obviously because he's legally, he has the right to say it, but also, like, it's not, it's terribly, it's, like, terrible to say. It's not, it's out of scale extremely because, like, there was deaths and everything he did. But he did lead a nation that he was probably responsible for literally making railways and shit. So, like, that's what Kanye's trying to say. That's what Kanye was trying to say. But Kanye said it like Kanye because he's a human being who's ridiculous.
No, he's an idiot.
He's a human being that's ridiculous.
He's an idiot that I respect.
I respect him.
He's wild because he's running around with Nick Fuentes, and Nick Fuentes is like a Holocaust denier. Like
he had Sneeko. You all know Sneeko?
Yeah.
He had I seen a picture with him and Sneeko together.
Yeah. Well, I'm a Holocaust denier, bro.
Well, so what Nick Fuentes said, he said something dumb like, if you have 4 ovens and you want to make 5 million batches of cookies, how can you do that in 5 years? Like. Well, like, it's not like they were all getting, like, you know, put in the oven. Like, a lot of people were just dying out there, like, on the labor camps. A lot of people were just dying on the way to the labor camps.
Working. A lot of them just worked.
I mean, it's just
they use them.
It's just a terrible
You
thing.
think they were killing, like, the
strong ones?
The Francis and Ganus of the Jewish community? No, they were working their ass off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in concentration camp. They're currently having those in North Korea. They currently have those in China.
There was concentration camps in the United States like 50 years ago for the Japanese.
Yeah,
like,
prisoners of war and shit. Yeah.
Exactly, but
yeah, maybe that's
I guess you talk about whenever it matters. Yeah. I guess more people died in the middle passage than died like throughout the whole entire Jewish thing, whatever that was, the Holocaust.
What do you mean?
Wait, what did you say? What was the first thing that you said? More people died in what?
The Middle Passage, when they first started bringing slaves over to the Americas.
Oh.
Like that trip, that voyage that they would.
Yeah, have you heard about that late? Like I seen just recently, people were trying to say that was completely conspired, and that black people were natives of this land. Because it is true.
Let me hit you with some conspiracy,
how the fuck
bro.
do you hit with all them?
I believe that the only, I guess, invasive. I don't. What's the word that's not native? The only thing I can think of is invasive. The only invasive species or white people.
Humans. Oh, like
White people. No, but let me substantiate this for you. Like, Africans obviously had a culture from a long ass time ago that stems back to like the birth of humanity, supposedly, right? But like the
just
Mayan,
from Europe.
there's pyramids in the Mayan, like in the Americas. There's pyramids in Asia. There's pyramids all over the southern hemisphere.
Yeah.
The whites up top had nothing.
Yeah, it's just Europe.
I was actually
so just European.
Neil deGrasse Tyson was on Joe Rogan literally like 2 days ago, and I was watching it today, and he says like, imagine if the story was told from like a black person's racist perspective about white people. So it's like they're like, all right, you know how racist white people always want to compare them to like monkeys, and they say all this stuff about their features and whatnot, and he's like, all right, now imagine if it was a black person. Like, people are only looking for what benefits them. So he says, like, he's like, all right, well, if I was a black racist and I was trying to teach people that black people are the best and white people are the lowest, and I wanted to use monkeys as the same thing, I would say, look, monkeys grow hair all over their body. The hairiest people in the world are white people. Mm-hmm. Black people don't have much.
Are they actually?
Yeah, typically, black people don't have, like, back hair and stuff like that. Usually, you think of like Indians.
I mean, I don't know, maybe. But go on. Just go on.
All right, so he's like saying this stuff. He's like, all right, and if you peel the skin of the fur of a monkey, the skin under isn't black. The skin under is white. Yeah. He's like, so I could easily say that, oh, white people are exactly like monkeys, blah blah blah, and then he's like, who has the biggest ears? Black people are famous for their small ears. White people have bigger ears. Like he's like, and monkeys have big ears. So he's like telling it all from a perspective of like you can say it both ways. Like, people are just looking for what benefits them. You know what I mean? It was like a weird like ass perspective of shit.
I get what you're saying.
But back to what I was saying, like there was shit all over the world. There's like there's ruins in Mayan ruins where the Olmecs, where it's like statues of the Olmecs where they have features. Or they have big noses. There was African features, and they're like, well, there was no way that this could have happened. There was no way of traversing the seas back then, like all those thousands of years ago. So how was it that a black influence could come all the way to the Americas? They're like, oh, because we were all fucking one people one day. Like, I was just saying, black is beautiful, brown is born of the earth. It's like we're all one. I mean,
what about Asian
separating.
people?
There's black Asians, darker.
No, but what about Asian people here though? Like in this situation. Oh no, my bad. But here, how about this? I was thinking about this. Do you believe in that like humans are just another species of animals, like along the food chain and all that, and the whole ecosystem of Earth?
Yeah. Essentially.
Right?
Yeah,
so then, if that's the case, right? So then, when you're saying like, and I'm not like, if that's the case, wouldn't that just mean that we're just like animals that are voyaging on land and over time find the new ecosystems and like how other animals do? So like, yeah, white people just took over America because we're animals and we are like the most intelligent animals, so we like built shit, but like they moved over here, and over time they might go over there. You know what I'm saying?
It's all like, it's
just animals. I don't believe that humans are
we're different.
Like
honestly,
we're
only different because of our environment.
I don't know. My
like Asians. You know why Asians have chinky eyes?
The sun.
No, not only the sun, but for cold weather, because you guys are in the mountains the whole entire time.
I thought it was for the sun.
Cold weather, like it's better. You have more fat in your eyes. You have more fat in your eyelids. You have more fat in your eyelids, bro.
We don't. We have hooded eyelids. We don't have.
Exactly. They're hooded because there's fat in the hood. Like it's more like insulated eyelids.
Dude, we need Dr. Fauci or something.
I don't know, bro. These are just theories.
No, I get it. I'm just spitting some random ass theory too, and
they all make sense in a way.
A theory with no substance. Also, I truly believe is like we are like an alien species when it comes to every other animal in this.
Oh yeah.
I swear that.
Nah, when the dinosaurs were wiped out, it was because humans came to the Earth.
Like we aren't. Yeah, like we aren't the same, and so that's why the whole what I was just saying about migrating a thing. It just goes out the window. Like I don't. We're just an extra intelligent being.
But also, we
probably wiped our memory. We probably wiped our memory at a certain point somehow.
So we only think that humans are like what, like let's say like 300,000 years old, right? The earliest of hominids are like 300,000 years old. No. People, that's what like belief is right now.
It.
All right. Anyways,
2022.
But like if you could, when we're talking about like how we're all one people,
what is isn't there the theory of like?
Isn't there a theory of Pangea where all the So imagine
very...
there was people back then. We'd all be one people. We'd all been on the same continent, and then we just split off. Like, and that would explain the whole entire thing of like, why is there Mayan shit?
That's why that theory also congruently goes with the theory of that we were Neanderthals and we evolved into humans.
You know,
which I also don't believe that shit.
But Neanderthal, you can only find Neanderthal blood like lineage. You don't find like that's a white thing.
I don't believe any of that shit. You probably read something that's a white thing from an article of someone who hates white people.
No, this is what white people teach.
I just don't believe none of that shit. That's why when I was in a biology class, and they talked about the evolution in the beginning, I just hated that class in 9th grade. I was like, oh, this shit bullshit. I'm like, Jesus made Earth. So nah. Yeah,
Jesus made it.
I wrote something about that. I wrote something about that too on my phone. Was it here when I wrote that? Hold up.
I don't know.
I'll figure it out. I have it written down.
Well,
it's probably not funny, but
I was gonna say, like, have you guys ever watched Westworld?
Nah, but I've heard about it.
So the idea of Westworld is that there's like a theme park of AI.
The charger down here.
Just made.
Keep it going.
Wait, stop.
Nah, just keep talking. I gotta record it.
Oh yeah, keep talking.
Humans just made
Don't know what you're talking about.
A charger for my phone.
No, don't worry about it. I don't have a charger.
So the idea that Westworld
I didn't even get a drink. My bad. But keep going.
is that they created like hosts. So they're just robots that eventually they like. I actually was watching a couple of YouTube videos because I want to get back into the show. But the idea is that they created a subspecies of robots that eventually become conscious. And it's the same idea of what actually happened to Neanderthals is, at some point, we evolved from Neanderthals. And what happened to Neanderthals is we actually killed them. Like, we took over their land, we killed them. We were obviously less intelligent than the species that evolved after that. And we took over, and now we're here.
So the evolved Neanderthals killed the non-evolved one. Yeah.
So the idea is that we're the robots.
No, the idea is that
Westworld.
in the future there is going to be a
more evolved species that's going to off us.
Like we're
so evolved now to the point where we're not Neanderthals.
We're too far gone.
Outnumbered.
I don't think there's like we're not going to grow wings.
So by that theory, you're saying there's going to be people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are going to try to kill us, but then all of us are going to outnumber them and kill them, and then we'll get their money, and then the economy will be solved.
No,
that'd be dope.
That's a crazy movie theory, bro.
Elon Musk might be the Antichrist, bro.
You think that?
I thought you fuck with Elon Musk.
I fuck with him.
So now you think he's the Antichrist?
I said he might be. And if I found out he is, I would stop fucking with him. Anyways.
Yeah, would you?
Yeah. Look, so Elon Musk. So in the Bible it says that the Antichrist will suffer a wound to the head that like you shouldn't be able to survive, and he'll come back from it. And the only like it was like it's a far fetched thing, but it was like Elon Musk plans to do with Neuralink, like it's like a refacing of whatever brand. I don't know. He's trying to like
he did something recently with it too, right?
He's trying to integrate into like imagine like his maybe he's not the Antichrist, but his technology brings about the Antichrist.
True.
Or some shit like that. I mean, you just made me think about that.
That's scary.
And his Twitter picture, ever since he bought Twitter, it's like a snippet of him like at like some award show, but at that award show he wore like a red suit or some shit, and in the middle of it is like a picture of Baphomet, the evil demon or whatever the fuck. I think it's like Satanists worship that motherfucker or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But like he has like a lot of weird symbolism. I was watching, I was like, bro, don't tell me that, bro. I love Elon.
Damn, that's weird. I'm about to start telling everyone at work because they be talking about him.
About Elon?
Yeah, tell him he's the Antichrist now and shit.
He might be, bro.
Damn, that's crazy.
Kanye might be the Antichrist.
Nah, Kanye's just retarded.
Elon is like the most successful like snake oil salesman for like you know the story about Tesla, right? Like he didn't create Tesla. You might think he did, but he didn't.
He's the owner. Like I mean, that's the same thing as like saying like
he bought Tesla.
That's like the same thing as saying like he builds all the rockets himself for SpaceX.
No,
the fuck he doesn't.
You're saying Tesla was a pre-made company. He didn't make it from the ground up. He purchased it.
There was two owners of Tesla, and he bought into Tesla and bought out one of the owners and pretty much kicked them out, and then bought out the other owner and kicked them out as well. At that point, of course, Tesla was not what it is now.
Not at all.
But they already had like 2 or 3 cars out there. Like 3 models, I mean, and like he builds this idea that he's like a self-made millionaire when he really is a son of
a millionaire
of a Dutch What is it called? The segregation shit in South Africa. Apartheid.
Apartheid.
He's literally.
He was. His dad was part of the apartheid, or like something in the government.
Yeah, the people that signed the.
Damn word. Yeah, I mean, he definitely is like a OD productive ass dude right now, though, no question. But
You can't question his intelligence. I just like you said, I guess people do give him a lot more credit than his due.
Yeah,
but then at the same time, like you said, like it's not like Tesla was the biggest company.
I don't know. If you ask me, like, do you think Elon Musk like was poor at one point? I'd like growing up, I'd probably guess no. Like I didn't think he wasn't, but some people are, and that shit's tough. But yeah, I don't know. The people in power, that's just the unfortunate fact. Wealth over it's generational at this point. That's just what happened, especially in America. Like he's not even American, but in America, like it's starting to come up now because we're 250 years old. Think about that. Those generations. There's now generational wealth. Yeah. It's just gonna get more and more over time. And that's why the shit gets more lopsided over time.
Well, we're like
and we just print more money. Old. Federal government just keeps printing out money. So
I think we're like 400 years old.
I don't know. I just like to say 250.
Is this your favorite number?
I think 1776, 250 years ago. That means. Yeah, what do you mean?
Wait, America is not 20 years old?
Yeah, it's 2022.
The United States of America, 1776.
Is that the year that we were inaugurated?
Am I doing the math wrong?
They opened it up.
They opened
17 America.
Did they do the thing with the scissors and like the big ribbon all around America?
You know why I know it? Because on the back of those American quarters with just the eagle on the back, it says like established 1776. America was made in 1776.
Okay, so 1776 is 200. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I just say 250.
Okay, but they started working on America 400 years ago. Yeah. How were slaves for 400 years in America, and America's only 200 years old?
What are you talking about, dude? I'm talking about, like, U.S. dollars didn't come up till...
Yeah, we used
I was talking about in the context of money.
Oh.
So well, especially...
I was just saying, I thought America was a lot older.
1776. We're a young-ass country.
Is that before or after the 13 colonies?
No, the 13 colonies were established in 1776. We're a young-ass country.
I know that.
So when was independence?
1776.
But we were already here.
We were British owned. We were part of the British. Whatever. We didn't have no damn flag. We ain't no damn national anthem. We ain't have no revolutionary.
Is that what makes a country? You have to have a national anthem and a flag.
You have to be
racist.
You just have to declare independence and fight off and earn it through the revolutionary.
Do you think here's a crazy perspective? Do you think since we are young and all these countries are like thousands of years old, like Britain or whatever England, we used to be a part of them. Do you think that one day, like let's say in like 200 years, 300 years, like there'll be a part of America that wants to like gain independence?
Mm-hmm. I think I feel like it can go one way or the other.
Where?
In Seattle.
That's why. Yeah. Well. Yeah. That
no,
city
but like
Seattle,
true independence.
No. I think it could go that way. It could go that way. It could go that way. It could definitely go that way. Because motherfuckers, especially with social media.
We didn't make two countries for the Civil War.
No, but they wanted to.
But like they were trying to. Yeah, that's what it was.
What you mean, like actually?
Like like I'm saying, like imagine one day Alaska's like nah, we're not. Alaska's not America or Canada or anything. We're our own country, and we have to go to war for that shit.
I think it could happen because like social media and shit got people so mad about politics now that like things like January 6th or like Seattle happens. It goes both left and right.
Honestly,
motherfuckers just be extreme as fuck because
social media's crazy.
Because MK Ultra, bro, that should be brainwashing people. That's why I don't watch no national news bullshit.
But you open your phone every day.
I'm on Twitter, yeah, but I just watch funny. I just watch.
As long as you're
videos.
Self-conscious about it.
Yeah, exactly. You watch people getting murdered on it, bro. Like you don't go on it. You don't go on it to get brainwashed.
I watch porn on Twitter.
Yeah, me too. I go on it for porn and to laugh in the morning. Like, or maybe check
Twitter
sports.
Porn is fire.
Yeah, it is because it's quick. It used to be quicker because you could swipe through the videos. Now you gotta like get off and swipe.
You can swipe all of the videos.
Yeah, it's whack. You swipe in and it's like a puppy video. You're like, I'm
you know what I saw on Twitter today?
I'm jerking up.
You know what I saw on Twitter today that was hilarious? It was that
Wait. What if the joke is because you're Asian, it turns you even more on?
That's funny.
Is that crazy?
It gets me hungry. Now I'm hungry.
And horny. I'm hungry and horny. What the fuck?
Used to be able to swipe. Now you swipe and get a dog.
Yeah, he ran in the joke down. I fuck with that. No, that's the
now
like.
I'm hungry.
That's the creative like shit that I was talking about. Like
I meant to pull this up earlier because we were talking about science and Jesus shit. I think I wrote this last time, and this isn't even funny, but I wrote science is bullshit, Jesus is bullshit, but I'm team Jesus.
Yeah, you did right there.
Yeah,
we were here when you wrote that.
I thought that was funny.
That was after when we were just playing pool or some shit. Bro,
Difference of a redneck and a hillbilly. Hillbillies won't fuck their cousin unless they're hot. Me and Logan were talking one day. We were like talking about like we go to a restaurant and like you go up to him like, yeah, can I get a table for 2 guys and 1 guy? Yeah, and they do that.
Wait, what does that mean?
It's funny. Like you're like exactly.
So 3 people?
Yeah, 2 guys and 1 guy. Just 2 guys, 1 guy.
And 1 guy. And they're like, you want 2 tables or 3 people? That's dumb.
It's more of a skit thing. It's not like a joke.
Oh, bro, let me tell you about this shit. That was hilarious.
I have one more after that.
Fuck you. So, I saw it on Twitter today where the WNBA star Jewel Lloyd makes $234,000.
I saw that.
And the mascot to the where is he from?
Random mascot.
I think it was the
It's
Nuggets.
Rocky. It's the Nuggets, right?
Yeah.
Okay. To the Nuggets makes $625K a year. I just think that's a fucking hilarious. I have no joke.
You gotta be able to fill the stadium though. Like if you can't fill the stadium,
you gotta put asses in seats. That's what it's about.
He has more people watching him
You
than
can't.
people.
Yeah,
watching.
the mascots are more entertaining.
Yeah,
than
more people
WNBA.
More people paid and attended to that than paid. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Because like you remember when the U.S. Women's national team was like, "Oh, we're not playing no more if you don't pay us."
Well, they just got each women's national team. That's another thing I've literally wrote after. Each women's national team player just got paid $380K for the U.S. men's national team qualifying for the round of 16.
Oh, like
an
equality thing.
Yeah, they got paid, and I was like,
that's dumb,
bro.
That's kind of crazy.
I'd be mad if I was on the fucking men's team and I was like, bro, I gotta give up $380K.
I wrote.
That would have been mine.
Yeah.
Like
I could have put that on Rubit. You know.
I don't know, bro.
Can I shit in the gender neutral urinal?
What?
I guess.
Is that not
People
how
do
it
that in the
works?
men's?
Is that not how it works?
Oh yeah, you can
Yeah.
technically.
I mean, why not? It's gender neutral.
Nah.
Would there be a urinal in the gender neutral?
Why would they have a urinal?
You have like a 75% chance of having a dick if you're.
But a toilet can service
Yeah,
as
because a lot of those women begin those fake dicks now.
No, but a toilet can services as a place to pee and poop. Why would you need a urinal?
Because it's a joke.
Yeah. It was a funny joke though.
Yeah, but it was a dumb premise, to be honest.
I thought it was a good premise, Josh.
Hey, you just gotta keep writing.
You just gotta keep going.
Just keep swinging away.
All right.
Crack a home run.
It's crazy how like some of the toughest people like back in the day are now the biggest pussies. Like Asians. Asians used to be samurais.
Like warriors and shit.
Yeah, you guys used to be martial
and
artists.
now what are we?
Now you guys are a bunch of pussies that like play video games all day.
Yeah. And you guys used to be like cowboys, and now you guys are just like drunk assholes.
Drunk driving.
But true, or like people from California. Like California was where all like the
like Western
real men would
John
go like
Wayne.
mine gold and shit. And now it's
now
just
they
a
have
bunch
to pay
of
$40 for a
pussies.
water bottle and shit.
Pussies.
Yeah, pussies. They cry about not doing Pilates.
Cali is cool though.
Nah. So now I want to visit it, no question. I mean, I'm a Chargers fan. I always want to go to San Diego.
You've never been to?
I've never been.
Well, it's not San Diego anymore.
I know, but it's still. I heard San Diego's beautiful. I wouldn't want to necessarily go to LA. Maybe I'd go for like a day. But I'd rather go to like San Diego.
I do fuck with the Chargers because of Eckler.
Yeah, Eckler's a beast, right?
Yeah,
He's
I have
a
him on
beast.
fantasy, so I
He's
gotta
a
fuck with
beast.
him.
He's a beast. He's strong as fuck.
Yo, I didn't realize how tall that quarterback Herbert is.
Yeah,
bro.
he's the size of like Calvin Johnson back in the, like Calvin Johnson.
That
back
bitch
in
is
the
like
day.
6'4".
Yeah, he's 6'6".
6'6".
6'6", like
six.
he's like
That's a
6'64".
big bitch. Like what the fuck?
That's
He was
a
born the
linebacker.
same day as me, same day and
For
year.
real?
And year.
Damn.
He's our age.
No way.
For real? He's 24.
Yeah.
That's the
Wow.
shit that makes me feel like a bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That should
when
be
I see Mbappe scoring in the
Because
World
if I meet him, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna be like, oh, but I'm just gonna be like, hey, man, like, you know, like
We're the same
We're
age.
born the same day, and then
We're
he's
the
like,
same
he's gonna look at me
year.
like, all right, thanks, little kid,
Buddy.
thanks, buddy. Do you want a signature?
You want a picture?
This Make-A-Wish kid's delusional. He thinks he's 24.
He thinks he's 24.
That's crazy.
That's some funny shit.
People are too tall, man. Like, what are you gonna do with all that height? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, kill
what's the
yourself.
point?
dude.
Wait,
Unless you're
what do
gonna
you
do
mean?
it.
Being taller is definitely more advantageous.
yeah, but you can't
No,
walk
it's
through
not.
those
You
doors.
can get stuff for trees.
No, yeah, but you get back problems and die and shit earlier.
You get back problems because the world is built for
You have
smaller
bigger.
people.
You have bigger organs, so you have more chance of organ failure. It's
For
a
real?
I think that's a fact.
I didn't even think about
I think
that.
that's a fact.
That's interesting.
Yeah. If I was tall, I'd kill myself.
I don't know about full organ failure, but I know that's.
I might kill myself
I'm
right
just
now.
trying to justify being short.
That's
Son,
what
I'm
they
like
do with your
5'8".
heart.
It's normal. 5'8's normal, right? 5'8's gotta be the average height.
I don't know.
Maybe
What's average
5'9".
height? Look it up. Average height in the U.S.
It's gotta
I'd
be
say 5'7".
I would
Hey
say.
Siri, what's the average male height in the United States?
I would say it's 6 foot.
Okay, I found this on the
5'9".
web for what's the average male height in the United States. Check it out.
Sits at 5 feet 9 inches.
5'9", yeah.
5'9", 5'10". You 5'10", right?
I'm 5'11".
Tekashi
6 foot on a
5'9".
good day. I've been measured 6 foot at my doctor's before, but I really felt good that
Yeah,
day.
but
I
you
had
got
a
a
lot,
hunchback now.
I had a
though.
good sleep.
You got more of like a hunchback now, though.
Yeah, you got
Why?
that.
I don't know, bro. Just you ask yourself.
You
though.
put too much wood on your back and shit.
Yeah,
I
don't
do be
know.
putting hella wood on my back.
Yeah, you be
That's
taking.
kind of gay.
Yeah, you got
Like I do.
Yeah, I did walk you into
I
that
am
one. My
a
bad.
carpenter.
That's nasty.
I am a carpenter.
Like Jesus.
Man, that's crazy. I am
Jesus is
Jesus.
Like Jesus, for real. Damn.
I don't know. I don't think this is the same, bro.
I
You're
think
a
it might be.
I
the
think
same.
I work a lot harder than Jesus worked as a carpenter. Let's be real.
You should
Let's
say
be
that.
real.
Yeah, how
You
many
should say
cabinets
that.
did he make?
He,
You know what I
didn't
mean?
make, he wasn't making
You
cabinets
see how
like
bony
I am.
he was on the cross? He couldn't have lost that much weight.
He could barely carry the cross, bro. I'll
Yeah.
put a 4x4 on my back easy.
This is
Alright, chill.
This is not. This is a funny. You write that.
That's a
down,
good
bro.
premise.
That is
right?
a good premise.
Write that shit
Yeah,
down.
wait.
Start off and say you're a carpenter, and I just want to start off by saying Jesus definitely ain't work as hard as me. That pussy ass.
Let me
bitch.
show you the cabinets I made.
And like this motherfucker, did you see how skinny he was when he was on the cross? He was like $110.
Yo,
No way
I
he lost more
remember-
than like 25 pounds.
Do you remember being little and like watching the? It's just called Christ.
Yeah.
Passion of
Or
Christ.
Passion of Christ. Yeah, that shit.
That
was
shit was
Carson.
crazy.
I had
That's
a
a good
nightmare like that next night. I
Like-
remember being like 8 years old.
Yeah, I was like 7. Like my mom was like, "This is what happened."
Yeah, I was like,
like,
holy
what the
shit.
fuck?
Yeah, that shit was very terrifying to watch. You're like, God damn, this is dark.
Literally, goddamn.
Yeah, he's like fucking bleeding to death while carrying like mad wood on his back.
Another day at the job, bro. Another day at the job.
So how does it feel to carry wood on your back like that?
It's pause. But
Lumber's expensive.
lumber, yeah. Lumber is heavy.
Dick on
Lumber
the
is
back
heavy.
is crazy.
Yeah, having all that wood on your back.
What'd you build today?
I made some cremation containers.
Damn, you still fucking with the dead people.
Well, yeah, that's like a job that we just always have. There's always dead people.
You and that Jew
Damn,
thing,
people do be dying.
They be
I'd be
dying.
at the hospital, bro, and they'd be like, I'd be on the phone with one of the people, and they'd be like, yeah, so this person died, and I'd be like, dang. I'd be like, sorry. They're like, yeah, I didn't know. But anyways, we're good.
That's a crazy thought. Like how many people die, and then
That
you
happened
think
to
of how
me.
many people are born. Like we're still like
There's
in
more
the
people
positive,
born.
in the
Are
net
we?
positive.
We just hit 8 billion.
Yeah.
We hit 8 billion like a couple weeks ago.
They don't really know.
We
Are they accounting for all those people in like
How do you count
the little
for
huts and
everyone?
shit? You know what
That's
I
what I
mean?
was saying when they be talking about like amount of illegal immigrants across the border in the span of
Yeah,
a
I've
week.
always thought that. How
I'm
do you
like,
know
bro, how
that?
the fuck they know?
They're
If
like,
they know, if they
a
know,
million-
why aren't y'all stopping
They're
them?
like a million people came in just this last month.
Yeah,
They're
I'm like, y'all
first
don't
of all,
fucking know.
no.
Y'all took like a 30-second consensus, saw like 8 people coming. You're like, all right, 8 people every 30 seconds. And they're like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a million people. Like, like, I swear to God, that's probably what happens. Let's be realistic. I forgot we were recording for a second.
Nah, but the thing is, like those people.
That's funny.
Yeah. Fuck.
That's funny too. I gotta write that down.
That is a good premise.
See, this is what this is all about. You can start writing song lyrics like, they're not really counting the immigrants.
In the hut.
No cap, though. Like,
30-second sequences. That's all
and then
they're
they just
counting.
multiplied it, bro.
Yeah, they
That's
just multiplied.
crazy.
Simple math. They're like, quick math. They probably high-fived. They probably checked the clipboard, high-fived, and then went to lunch. Went to, like, fucking Del Taco, like, right by the
Yo,
border.
isn't that crazy? Don't they only do the consensus like once every 4 years or every
10.
2 years?
Every
10
10
years?
years.
Fuck that.
The census is every 10 years.
That's crazy. They do the World Cup more.
I'm not even. I'm not even gonna lie. They sent the census to my house. I didn't fill that shit out. My parents were like, "Can you fill this out?" I was like, "Yeah, I got you."
Never did that shit.
No, what the fuck? I don't need the government knowing about me.
Yeah. Yeah, knowing you, you're probably on some kind of list
Yeah.
already. So. Right? Did you
Yeah.
think? Look, just look. Take
Yeah.
one good look at this
Yeah,
guy.
you
Tell
look
me
like
he's not on the list.
You're a big cheener.
Yeah.
You about to have a kid?
What list? What
You about
list?
to have a kid?
Huh?
You about to have a kid soon?
No. Why would you say that?
Yeah, that's kind of.
Why
Why are you
not?
wishing that?
I could see it in his soul. You about to have a kid soon.
Don't ever fucking say that to me again.
Maybe it's just like a...
Don't ever fucking like. Even if you have that thought, keep that shit to
Maybe it's
yourself.
just like a maintenance check. I don't know. Y'all Spanish, like Latin people be
Stop,
mad,
bruh.
mad fertile,
Stop.
you know?
You know what it is? Back in our
Stop.
countries,
They
back
don't
in our
have
countries,
condoms.
they just don't have like internet. They don't have like
So all they do is
all they do will be fucking, and there is no like
and y'all be using
sexual ed. There's no sex ed. There's no like, oh, you should probably pull up before you bust in this bitch for the 8th time.
I saw a dark ass documentary when I was young about like some prostitute in some like rugged ass town in somewhere in Spain or something, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm a prostitute. I just carry around these Ziploc bags and I use them as condoms."
Oh, that's
she's like, I'll tie on the back on the dude's dick and then she just let him fuck me, or like I'll put it in my vagina and let him fuck me.
Women condoms is a crazy concept.
They gave those away for free.
Women condoms are a crazy.
And I got it, and I dead ass like I just opened it up to see what it looked like.
Did you jerk off with it just to see what's up?
I think I probably did try to stick my wiener.
The first time I ever put a condom on was to jerk off with it. I was like, I want to know what sex feels. I was a little kid. I was like, I want to know what sex feels like.
First time I opened a condom wrapper, I chewed it up and blew it like a bubble gum. Like, you ever seen Coneheads?
You chewed it up?
Yeah, and blew it like bubble gum. So now, you ever seen Coneheads? Y'all know that stupid ass movie Coneheads? It's like an SNL movie back in the day.
Coneheads?
Dan Aykroyd. They're like aliens with cone heads, where they're like white people and they live on Earth. And they come back at the end and they pick them up. They're like, what'd you guys find? Like, they made them research or something. Like, what'd you guys find? They're like, chewing gum. Or like bubble gum. And he hands it to him. It's like a pink condom.
It's a condom.
And he puts the condom in his mouth. He's like chewing it and he blows it. And it's like a cone
big
bubble.
cock.
Like a dick bubble. And he's like, that was just funny.
And they do have different flavors, so you could probably get away with that.
Yeah, condoms are crazy.
You use condoms?
If I do, I end up just taking it off.
If you're in a relationship, you're still using condoms?
Sometimes.
You and Pablo?
If they're not on birth control, bro, that shit crazy.
Not really, nah. If I can get away with not using
Shorty
condoms.
on birth control? Shorty on birth control? I don't wear a condom most of the time, but sometimes I'll put it on. But I swear to God, every single time I do that,
I can't
end up taking it off. Yeah, it sucks.
No, I just can't. I will go like softer than my regular soft.
It sucks.
My dick will go retract into my body.
Yeah,
it definitely does feel a lot different.
It sucks.
No, I can't even get to fucking.
You put
like,
it on.
Let me tell you, one time I went to put a condom on, like I was about to fuck this girl.
You gotta have her put it on.
Huh?
You give it to her and go put it on. Like, put it on me.
That's not sexy to me. It's not gonna help.
I mean, it'll help. Because I used to get soft when I was younger, try to put a condom on, because it would be my brain. I'd be like, put the condom on, put the condom on.
Well, no, it's not that. I'm like putting it on calmly. I'm putting it on calmly, but like.
You're like, breathe like.
I'm just like, I put it on, I'm like, and then I lose all interest in wanting to stick my dick inside of the.
Because you have a trash bag on.
I'm like.
Yeah, I don't know, condoms suck. There's no question they suck.
I've fake nutted before. After putting a condom on and I felt my dick starting to go soft, I was like,
Why didn't you just go like, damn, I'm soft?
Well, I mean, you don't want to upset the ladies, man.
You gotta think of the ladies, bro.
So you go, I never thought of that, dude. I've done it before where...
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I don't know. One of the first times I ever had sex, I remember, like, I had the condom on. It was, like, one of the first... It wasn't, like, the first time. It was one of the first times. It was, like, the first time I ever nutted real quick. I, like, put it in. I had a condom on, too, and I nutted real fast. So I was like, oh, shit, my condom broke. I can't do this.
We just didn't want to let her know you.
Yeah, I did the opposite.
True. I have had condoms break on me, but, like, I notice it.
I had a condom break on me one time. Only time a condom broke on me, I didn't notice it.
That's crazy.
I was fucking the joint at my back in college. I had to. I definitely had to.
You had to.
I mean, because I don't.
If you're nutting in a condom,
It was so long ago. I was in college, but like, I remember, and I was really drunk. I remember. No, I didn't pull it out and like nut on because I thought I had a condom on, so I must have just kind of nutted and then pulled it out or something. I don't know. But then I looked at my dick and I was like, damn, the condom was completely ripped off. But then she's like, I'm on birth control anyway. I was like, all right, yeah, we got a good chance. Like, high five.
High five.
Like,
high five. Quick math.
Back in the day, she used to like leave the door open. She was on my dorm. We had like co-ed dorms. I met her like the first night there, and she was just like on.
You had co-ed dorms?
Yeah, she was on go.
Damn,
she
that's
was
crazy.
On go the first night I met her. On go, and she looked like Hayden Panettiere, little thick blonde.
Who's that?
She was tough. She looked good. But anyways, she would like literally just leave the door open. I'd go out and I'd text her. I'm like, I'm about to come back. She'd like, yeah, the door's open. Like she would have it cracked open. I'll just walk in. But.
So anybody could just walk in and
well,
she would fuck them.
Then I'd close the door. Maybe she probably did. I wasn't dumb about that.
See, that's a case. I guess like if I was fucking hoes, I would wear a condom.
It was the best, bro. Like just like having that at college. I loved that. That shit was awesome.
Nah, college definitely. I personally think I know the way you feel about this, but I personally think you should go to college. Like everybody should go to college at least like at least a semester.
For the experience.
Wait, how do I feel about this?
I feel like you feel like
you fucked up big time.
No. I feel,
go now.
How do I feel about it?
I feel like you think college is like a waste of time and like a scam and shit.
It is a scam.
Yeah.
No,
but if you have a degree like
two
like
things
yours,
can be
and
right.
you work into it and you get a job with your degree,
exactly. I
that's
mean,
how
it's
you do
useful
it.
for a lot
Like
of
I was
shit.
I was a film.
And don't even
student,
say all I say
True.
is that he's indoctrinated, bro. That's all I say.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying like.
You know what's some true shit? My bad. I mean, but this is some real shit I found out. Harvard gives out some of the, or at least some of their courses are out publicly for free. Right?
Yeah. You could do that.
But no one will do that because they'd rather just pay like $100,000 for a piece of paper that says they went to Harvard so they can get a job. That alone is just like, does that not tell the world?
I mean,
what
you
it
can't
is?
graduate off of those free classes.
That's what I'm saying. You could be just as smart, if not better, if you did it yourself, right there with the same resource. But no one's gonna do that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like if you
Kids might do that shit.
Here's
If
an
you go smart.
interesting
Then still go to
perspective.
college and get a degree somewhere.
if you throw someone like say like someone of like a young age but like that understands, just say like a 20-year-old, you throw a 20-year-old into an astrophysics field and you just let him work next to an astrophysicist.
Yeah, that's.
I believe he will end up becoming like
at that age. Yeah, for sure.
he will end up doing way better and learning things
Yeah.
way like he'd be better at the job than the person who went to college to be an astrophysicist.
It's like the 10,000 hour thing. He'll get to that experience and master it faster than someone who's been to college for 4
sure.
years and then starts
And
later
then
on.
exactly.
That's
For
why
sure.
I really appreciate the way I went about it, because I was really like I look back at it. During the time, I did not think it was tough or smart. I just did what I had to do. Like I left college, finally got a real job. But like I got in like printers and copiers for like 2-3 years. I was 19, 20, 21, and then by the time now I'm like. I got to the point where I was a technician. I became a technician. I was 21 years old. I was a technician.
Damn.
And every other tech was like 50. But then
Well, to be fair, they call anybody a technician.
no, I was like a printer copy tech. I was like certified in like
hair technician.
Yeah, I know exactly. But I was like a printer. I was like certified, and I was with a bunch of 50-year-olds. But like then, but now I'm 24, like 23, 24. Now I'm 24. I got a job in IT. This last 2 years, I started working with IT, and now I got a real job in IT. Like, and I'm like, I don't know, like I did it without a college degree, and now everyone at my job has a college degree. But they're like, they ask me, and I'm like, I just been working for 6 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
So-
I'm tough with this shit. Like I know how to talk to people. The people at the hospital know me because I was a tech already out there.
Well, people go to school for like I never knew. Well, like I guess I kind of knew, but I didn't really think about it that way. Like when we get clients and we do like we design kitchens and stuff. People go to college to do like
Interior design
and shit.
architecture.
Or like, oh, this should be here because it complements this. Like I know.
Then
all
they end
this
up just
shit.
getting a job at your company.
Exactly, or they end up like a lot of people come to us and they're like, oh hey, like what are your ideas for this?
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Like,
The people
and I've
actually
just
do
always
it.
known that. I know how to do draw. Like I can sketch out the floor plan here and like.
Yeah, you
In
went to my
3
house and did that shit in like 5 minutes.
I saw a funny ass
Nah,
video.
You took the measurements. That's
Oh,
it.
yeah,
That's all
yeah.
you needed.
I saw a funny ass video of it was like these roofers. They were doing roofing and then like State Farm Insurance was there and they were on top of the roof with them. And he was like holding a clipboard, had State Farm shit on, and the roofer was just taking off some of the shingles or whatever they call them on top. And the State Farm guy's like, you can't damage it like that. You can't be damaged. And the guy's like looking at him, he's like, how do I do it then? He's like, because I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but he's like, but I've done this shit for 20 fucking years.
Yeah, and
He's like, do you want to show me how to do it? Like, just show me. The guy's like, I don't do it. I'm just like the blah blah blah. And he's like,
Get the fuck off.
Yeah, like, get the fuck off.
out of here.
and the homeowner at that point's like, hey sir, like State Farm guy, like get the fuck off, please, like.
Yeah. But I think.
And that guy went to college. The other guy like didn't. And right, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, they're doing the same shit.
I don't mean it like I don't mean
Sometimes
it
they
for
make more
the
money, though.
I don't mean it for the education at all. I think I mean it more for the like experience. Like
Yeah, college was a great
like,
experience. I'm sure.
leaving
some
your
of them
house,
before.
like having to like wash your clothes, like having to like
Oh yeah.
cook for yourself,
You
like
jerk off in a a more uncomfortable spot.
Yeah, like-
People are listening to you next door.
like being able
put
to
a
just
shower on.
being able to just like set your own schedule.
Yeah, be like drug women.
Like I know a lot of people that
the drugged women.
yeah that, but like I know a lot of people that have
Yeah, that.
that have like
Oh my god.
that don't have like a real like structure to their lives. Like they work a retail job, they work like
Yeah.
random hours, and like
Yeah.
it just and for their whole life they're just like, well, I'm just kind of swimming by.
Yeah.
But like I feel
Consistent money is good to have when you're like, oh, consistent good money. I think it's bartender motherfuckers though. Some of them motherfuckers be cranking it out, dog. I swear bartenders be making good.
I feel like if you bartenders make like extremely good money, and if you're a bartender that doesn't have an alcohol addiction, I feel like you're caked up.
Yeah, you gotta be tough.
So
I might do that shit,
nobody-
bro. I might start bartending on
Yeah,
the
but there's
side.
no bartender that doesn't have an alcohol.
I don't
addiction.
drink, bro. I might be a bartender on the side, bro.
You're
I
gonna
swear,
start
I'd
fucking
be
drinking?
I'd be a good bartender.
You're gonna start
You're gonna
fucking
start
drinking.
drinking.
You're gonna get off at 2:00 in the morning and
and
just
go home.
It's Spark.
Spark a J. Go home.
That's what I would think.
That's what I
would
do. That's what I do.
But I feel like a lot of people thought that, and then they get into the
Like, while you're
service
there, they're like,
industry,
"Oh, I
and
think I
now
should."
they're alcohol.
Yeah, restaurant work sucked. I'll tell you that. If I was a server at like, imagine me being like a bartender at like Echo Stage, like during like a rave. Bro.
I would literally kill myself.
Yeah, but think about how much money you would make though, because you're probably serving like 10 times the amount of drinks in like the same amount of time.
I don't know. Maybe I just have this perspective because I've worked labor like all my life.
I'd kill myself.
Bro, that like if I had to deal with like I feel like dealing with people cannot be as hard as like physical fucking labor when
Yeah.
you gotta throw
the
shit
peop-
on your back.
The servers would be crying and shit. I'd be,
go
yeah.
up 3 flights of stairs with the fucking thing on your
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, the servers. Yeah,
They be
it's
capping.
all about perspective, right?
Exactly.
Especially like a restaurant, like a server at a restaurant be crying and shit. I'd be like, because when I used to work at restaurants, the servers be crying and shit. I'd be like, yo, go home, bro. You obviously you're just dumb. Like go home. Like you really
can't
can't.
do this job.
You ain't cut for it, bro. Like you're just weak. Motherfucker was mean to you. What'd you think was gonna happen?
You fucked up
You
his
took
order.
30 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
You forgot to ask him for a refill, and he's gonna be nice to you. Like get the fuck out of here.
I don't know. I could get my own refill type shit.
Some
you know
people
what I
are just mean. Bro. They gotta deal with it. And that happens in everywhere.
What the fuck are they there for, bro? I don't mind going to the kitchen and grabbing my food.
Like shit, I'd be going to McDonald's and I'd be ordering on the screen. The fuck? I'd pour my own drink.
Literally, I would have got up at that point. I'm like, because like,
I was a server for a little bit too, like in 2017. I like a Bob Evans, like
Bob Evans.
That
I
shit was
fuck with Bob
crazy.
Evans. Shout out Bob Evans.
it was like a lot of old
Breakfast.
people like
Hell
coming after
Bob
church.
Evans is fire.
They just like bless you randomly, like just give you a cool like $100. Just
Yeah, I'm sure
just 'cause you
Sundays
were
are
nice,
tough,
just because you
yeah.
were nice.
The Sunday shift at a fucking Cracker Barrel must be insane. That's good money.
You know what I'm
Camera
saying?
cut off.
That's an hour.
Yeah, we got. Let's get this decompression zone though. We can keep recording.
Yeah.
How much time you have? You probably only have like 20 minutes.
I got like
15.
27.
Yeah. So let's just we'll continue wrapping it up, man. Bob Evans. Bro.
So are we still going?
Yeah, no, it's
Oh,
still
okay.
yeah. Decompression.
Decompression. My
What if-
back hurts. Gotta be turning like this the whole time.
I was just thinking, what the fuck are we gonna name this random ass episode? We've talked about
Just everything.
The last one I just posted was called. I just called it Crab Feast Pod.
the one before that was Drunk Daniel.
Drunk Daniel was hard. That's the best. That's my favorite one. so
That's
far.
just hilarious.
This one will be called
I just started like you can tell after I hit like
Guatemala's Got Talent.
Guatemala's Got Talent. Yeah.
Guatemala Got Talent / conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy
Because that's
slash dead baby.
I started spewing. I feel bad. I want to apologize.
Black
I started
market
spewing
baby.
out a lot of hate after like the 7th year.
Yeah, you did.
I started spewing out a lot of.
I loved watching the ending parts.
That shit was hilarious though.
You were a little sloppy at the end. Yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
That's some funny shit.
I need to have another drunk pod.
Yo, how was y'all's Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah, that happened.
I went to ask that. Yo, I went to ask in the beginning. How
It was
y'all's
chill.
Thanksgiving? Last
for-
week was Thanksgiving,
Wait,
right?
did
Last
you do
Thursday?
Thanksgiving with your girl's family?
Nah, my girl. I finally met my dad's other family and shit. My white people. Yeah, my white people.
How was that? Was that like a culture
Yeah.
shock?
Yeah, because my girlfriend doesn't know how to speak English.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's
She
interesting.
knows how to speak. I don't know. It was cool. It was just white people.
But like, how do they welcome her?
They were cool. They'd like, ask her.
Were
like-
they like asking like the weird questions?
they
like,
thought she was white, and
"You
then
eat
when they found out
tacos
she was
all the
Spanish,
time?"
they like stopped talking to her.
For real? I've been on the other side of that before, and it is kind of weird.
Oh,
it is kind of weird.
Just immediately turns away. Nah. She
They
it was
thought she was a server.
yeah.
She was
They
walking
were like, you got
Oh,
Josh,
you're
you
made,
hired someone.
you're made.
You're like, I want a vodka tonic, all
Yeah,
right?
please.
ASAP.
Yeah, she's taking very long.
She's not getting a tip from me.
Yeah, nope.
That's
You get this.
crazy.
What do you guys cook for Thanksgiving, Josh?
Turkey. It was actually my cousin smoked a turkey. That shit was pretty fire because he lives over there. so-
Smoked? That's
Yeah,
hard.
smoked turkey was fire. It was just the basic shit: green bean casserole, fucking sweet potatoes, fucking.
I don't know what the basic shit is.
It's just the basic shit.
Ham?
We don't. Nah, ham's more of a Christmas
Fuck
thing.
ham.
Ham's a Christmas thing.
Yeah. I don't fuck with neither one of them. America just be trying to sell the shit that no one fucks with on those holidays because that's the only time they can get it off. They're like,
Well, turkey's fire.
No, turkey for a lunch meat is awesome.
Yeah.
Turkey sandwiches.
But a roasted turkey is not tough.
Like you just said it was tough.
It was smoked. It was cool, but like the basic turkey, like a whole turkey ain't cool. Like a turkey sandwich, it's lean meat. It's lean.
That turkey sandwich, a little bit of
tomato.
a little bit of tomato, a little bit of lettuce, a little bit of.
Yeah, I like mayo, mustard, tomato, bro, and just I don't even need no lettuce, bro. Maybe a slice of cheese, obviously.
Mayo mustard is the best combination.
On a white bread sandwich, fuck yeah.
Mayo
And a cheesesteak, you just need mayo. No mustard on no damn cheesesteak.
You know, cheesesteak is mayo and ketchup.
I don't even want ketchup on my mayo. I don't put ketchup on my cheesesteak. Burger is mayo ketchup though. Maybe mustard on the meat. Maybe.
I don't know. I guess it's just because one time I went to Philly and I asked for like just a Philly cheesesteak and the motherfuckers just made it with ketchup on it.
They didn't put ketchup on mine. I don't think.
I was like,
I went to Philly. When I was in Philly. I asked a bunch of random people. Me and Eva asked a bunch of random people like, "Yo, what's the best place?" And like the majority of people said D'Alessandro's. So I went to D'Alessandro's the next day in the snow. And we waited like 30 minutes, and it was a fat ass cheesesteak. And it was cool, like, it was good. I told him to give me whatever, the most natural shit.
Yeah.
But, like, America's Best Wings or whatever deli, any fucking deli, Korean-owned deli around here, way better cheesesteaks, bro. The cheesesteaks here are better.
I don't know.
The Philly cheesesteak was fat as fuck, and I was eating it, and I was like, it was good.
My favorite is Jim's.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro.
Jim's steaks.
I gotta go to Philly.
Actually, I lied. Ish Kabibbles will always be my favorite. But
How long were you in Philly?
Huh? I go to Philly all the time. Philly's my favorite city to visit.
Driving there.
Philly is a cool city to visit.
Philly's my favorite city
I went to Chicago, bro.
I've gone to Philly by myself.
Have you been to Chicago?
Nah.
Chicago is beautiful, bro. Like, Philly and Chicago are the best cities I've ever been to.
Philly's nice. I mean, well, Philly's dirty as fuck, but it's a fun
Chicago's
place to
clean, bro. Philly is dirty. Chicago's clean.
Dirty as shit.
I was in the of Chicago.
Philly makes like.
Do you get Airbnbs out there?
Yeah, I've gotten Airbnbs and hotels.
I got an Airbnb in like northeast Philly. I thought I was gonna be more or northwest Philly. I thought I was gonna be more north, but I was kind of west, and I was in a straight Utz. But like,
yeah.
But it was dope. It was dope. Like, and then I went to downtown Philly for the day, and it was snowing out.
That's nice.
And we went to like the museum. I saw the Rocky statue. Bro. Yeah, I had a great time.
The Rocky
went
statue.
Went to Mitchell and Ness store. Did you go to the Mitchell and Ness store?
Nah.
It's the only Mitchell and Ness store in the whole country.
What's Mitchell and Ness?
Mitchell and Ness. This is Mitchell and Ness. Like these hats, they make jerseys. It's all sports shit.
Oh.
And it's made in Philly, and they have their own store there. And I pulled up to it.
No, I go look at stuff like the printing press. The Statue of Liberty.
Is that where the wait, what?
The bald eagles.
Is that where
the eagles I saw had here?
The vagina. Flick the bean. The Flaming Tower Pizza.
Nah, Chicago is dope though.
Chicago's fire. Chicago's fire.
Chicago fire.
Chicago fire. That's a soccer team. Yeah. Chicago's dope. It was cold as fuck, but it was cool. And I went to the Bears game.
I went there for like a.
Oh yeah, you were
festival.
just went there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was really tough.
It was beautiful, and it's so big, bro, that like you gotta go many times.
Everything was so expensive, but
it's
it was
so big, bro.
Yeah.
Deep dish pizza's good, but it just is what it is. It ain't no better than no regular pizza.
I heard that they don't even eat deep dish like that.
They be trying. I feel like a lot of people are sick of it, but like at the end of the day, I seen a lot of people say like, but at the end of the day, it's some Chicago shit you gotta like rep it. And because they eat thin crust a lot too. It's either thin crust or deep dish.
Deep dish is fire.
But traditional pizza is so much better.
Deep dish is fire.
I liked it, but it wasn't better than. I could only eat the two slices, and it knocked me it put me on my ass.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It put me on my ass. Bro.
That's the type of pizza you only eat 1 or 2 slices.
Yeah, I could not. I could barely finish the second one. Like I had to force myself to finish it. I was like, yo, this is nuts.
Uno's got a good ass.
Uno's is so good, yo. One time I went to Uno's, bro. I had to almost get taken out there with like a. Just pick me up, bro. Cause I just couldn't move, bro. It was just too much. It was just too much. I ate.
Yeah, you know how much like Uno's around here?
And they have good desserts. Yeah.
Where is
I've
that
never
Uno's?
been to Uno's actually. There's one in Ellicott City area or Elkridge area where Mark used to work.
The old one used to be at the Columbia Mall.
I never been. Oh yeah, there used to be Uno's.
Where the Shake Shack is. Oh no, I think where the wall.
I never been to Uno's. That's crazy, right?
It's really good. Well, the 2 times that I went, I think, or 1 time.
Y'all just get pizza there, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never been.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. In Chicago, though, bro, like, there's this, I don't know what the fuck building it is, but it's like a super tall building, and you can like hang on to like this little fucking window that like moves down.
Oh, I've seen that.
And
before.
like it moves down once, you're like, all right, this is crazy. Like if this
Yeah.
shit just pops, I'm dead.
Yeah.
And then it moves again, you're like, all right, I'm shitting my
So at
pants.
this point, you're just like, that's
And then it
crazy.
moves again, like a last.
Damn,
like,
I wish I
you're
seen
like,
that shit. I wish I went there. They had the Trump Hotel
so
there.
like-
That shit was huge.
Yeah, I
as
looked
fuck.
at
That was like the biggest.
I think like I
building
took a story like flicking it off.
Yeah,
or
I
something
seen like
like
it was
that.
like the biggest building, bro.
Bitch.
Not
Yeah, you're
my
one of those
president.
blue collars.
Indoctrinated.
Not my president.
Yeah,
you know
I'm a
what saying?
blue collar worker,
You're
brother.
cocaine. Wait, did you? Wait, no, deadass. You said you had an Asian question.
Oh yeah, that shit is kind of crazy.
What the fuck? I was literally just about to say this.
You might not be ready for this one.
I need to know because we gotta wrap it up. Hit me with it now.
So
It's a
like,
perfect way to end
there's like this like thing about Asian males, and it's called
it. Oh man.
fuck. I gotta remember the acronym in a second, but it's called spam. So it's like
Spam.
so it's basically Asian males that are like submissive. So it's like submissive passive Asian males, and
Oh, you're
like
talking like okay, go on.
and like I wanted to see like your perspective on that because like you're the complete opposite of
the
that.
stereotype, right?
You're the complete but you're the complete opposite of that. Of course,
I
you
don't
have
know.
something else. Like you have more culture in you
You've been
besides just
beating the
Asian.
shit out of him. What
Yo,
do you mean?
no, that is a very good question. And I didn't notice. I know exactly what you're talking about. I didn't see that. I saw someone reference that back in like probably like 2019 or 18, or maybe it was 2020. And I remember like being like, dang, that is kind of true. Like at least in like what in American film and media, it is portrayed a lot that they're either like very
Submissive,
non-masculine. Or just highly
Very
intelligent,
Asian.
easily bullied. Yeah, just,
Asian.
obvious. Yeah, that shit's true, but that's just and that shit's not that shit isn't true. You know what I mean?
How do you
Real
feel
life.
about it,
Like
though?
like here's a good example. Like I was just talking about how I went to that Korean church tournament football thing. Like, and I was playing with like it was like 90% Koreans, right? Bro, like, and everyone's balling there. They all played football. Like it was like, I finally got to see these motherfuckers like-minded like me and Asian, and they're all hot-headed and shit. You know what I mean? It was kind of funny. I mean, none of them were like passive. You know what I mean? Some of them were, but that's just people.
I don't know.
So what? I guess if you're saying like, what's my opinion on it? It's just one of those bullshit stereotypes.
I don't know. Like it's definitely in media, they're portrayed as like these like
That yeah.
they just look out of place, or they just look like they're like lost or something.
the worst
Like
part.
that.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Well, yeah, like they don't. Yeah, I feel like they do that more to like Asian immigrants in the movies. Like they can't speak English more than like Latin America, right? Like in America, in the United States films, they don't do that much for like Spanish. They be like they don't do.
Yeah, we're usually like the
What are
life
you?
party.
Yeah, yeah. Like they
Either
don't
the-
even. I don't even see it much in film, which is weird, right?
I feel like a lot of people, especially Hispanics, like they just like try to ignore it.
Yeah,
like try to just
right?
ignore the fact that like
I mean, at least in portrayed in film, I don't see it portrayed in film.
you know
Like, I
by
watch
20
a lot of movies.
by
like,
2030 Hispanics are gonna be the majority.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Like, and
We gonna
you
take
don't-
over, bro.
You don't see that in films, bro.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You don't see that in films.
Me too, kind of.
I guess that's a, yeah. I mean, that's a very true point. I don't know.
But my question was more like, do you feel like that puts you down? It's like that emasculates you. Like it takes away like from. Because I personally know you, and you're not that type of person at all. Like you're out there.
I
You're
don't-
very.
like you're saying, like, does it affect me personally?
Like does that make you
How do
feel like?
How do you feel about them motherfuckers? Them gay ass fags.
No, what's the question? Like, does
That's
it?
what he's asking.
Nah, like it's more like what does that make you feel as a Asian male in America? Like, does that make you feel like people look at you that certain way? Like,
I'm sure it does happen, but like I can't control that shit, so I really don't give a fuck. That's just how my opinion is. That's how my position is on a lot of that type of shit when it comes to like, I guess what's the word, like, I don't know, offensive shit or like social like justice in a sense. Like I just be like, bro, like if you can't control it, you can't control human beings. Like you can't
Yeah,
play
there's people
God.
that murder out here.
Yeah, you can't play
You're
God.
never gonna stop people
Like I'll tell you what,
murdering.
if someone came at me disrespectfully like that, like I get it, I would be mad. But it'd be more so in the sense of someone is trying me personally. It's not even like what he said. Like he called me. No, I'd be like, no, this motherfucker just came at me crazy. Like
Yeah.
that's why.
Or if it
So,
comes with violence behind it. Like, I feel like someone just called you chink on the road.
Yeah, no, I just truly believe
like-
that. I just truly believe in, like, not to sound corny, but we're all human beings, bro. Like, I grew up with all different races, and that's a blessing of not only living just in America, because you could live in the Midwest and see only white people.
Yeah.
Growing in Maryland, growing mid-Maryland, growing between D.C., growing in between Baltimore, growing up in a good area, like Laurel, but also Howard County. Like, I was blessed to grow up in my upbringing with type of people, so my upbringing was like,
Everyone.
yeah, bro, I don't. Like,
Yeah,
now
you
we're all,
read
like,
all-
you're a pussy because you're a pussy. Like, you was raised a pussy. You're not a pussy because you're
Asian.
You're not a pussy because you're...
Facts.
Exactly. It's just like... So, yeah, that's, I guess, and that's a very good question to bring that out. That's facts. That's how I look at it. And maybe there is some truth that certain races have more advantageousness because of their history or something like. But at the end of the day, like all that shit can get beat because we're all human. That's why you still end up seeing like you never see a white cornerback in the NFL.
Facts.
You see a lot of black quarterback. Yeah.
Cornerbacks, they're all black.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't know. See, so, but now that's getting into like why is that? And I don't even want to get into.
Well, they. What do you mean? Black people are way more athletic.
See, that's what I'm saying though.
By a huge
by-
margin.
So, but then at the same time, then like, why are white people better at
Tight end.
Yeah, like I was trying to think of a different sport.
Tight end, yeah, for real.
There's only white tight end,
at
bro.
quarterback. Is it because just like because it's a white country?
No,
or is it because they're better at like
better at throwing
and
getting into
or
college?
not as better at other things? So he has to.
There is like a
just as good at throwing. So then they're centered around having to try to become a quarterback earlier on. So the majority of them is that why? You know what I'm saying? Like.
Same thing with like the basketball shit. Like you don't see a lot of like white like point guards. You see more like white like just shooting.
Yeah, I love that about basketball though. NBA, Europe has got so big in basketball that there's so many European basketball players.
Yeah.
Even like a lot of the black people aren't even like in the NBA.
Well,
aren't
but
from America.
yeah.
And that's why the Olympics are gonna get pretty lit. This
Well,
next
American
year.
white people are the inferior of white people. Like
No,
the
what about
top
French? What about
class.
French people.
Okay.
We're above French.
French.
Chill, bro.
Nah.
Yes, we are, bro.
we.
Yes, we
Pussy,
are,
Yeah.
bro.
Anyway,
Damn, y'all
but, like,
caught
you-
me.
you go to, like,
I got
You go to
trumped
like
on.
Slovakia and you see some fucking behemoth white men. Like that's like the cream of
Yeah,
the crop
Vikings,
white men.
Vikings,
Yeah,
bro.
Exactly. America is actually the bottom. I'd say they're worse than the French.
Nah,
Now
worse than the
America's
French.
worse than the French.
You're right. Like all the. Yeah, fuck. You're right.
Well,
COVID topped it
We'll
all.
end on America hate.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Like yeah.